Heracles, the lion-born son. On a night when thunder rolled without rain, Alcmene, a mortal queen of Thebes, gave birth to a child whose cries echoed like a challenge to the heavens. The father of the child was Zeus, king of the gods, who had come to her disguised as her husband. From that union came Heracles, called Hercules by the Romans, destined for glory and suffering in equal measure. But where Zeus loved, Hera hated. Jealous beyond measure, Hera swore the child would never know peace. While Heracles was still in his cradle, she sent two enormous serpents to coil around his tiny body and crush the life from him. Instead, the infant laughed and strangled both snakes with his bare hands. The gods took notice. Hera took offense. From that moment on, Heracles' life became a battlefield between divine favor and divine cruelty. A hero in the making. Heracles grew into a man of staggering strength. He could outrun horses, wrestle bulls into submission, and shatter stone with his fists. He was trained by the greatest teachers alive: music, philosophy, archery, warfare, but his strength always outpaced his gentleness. And Hera waited. When Heracles married Megara and had children, happiness briefly wrapped him like a cloak. Then Hera struck him with madness, a fog of rage so thick he could not see truth from illusion. In his delirium, Heracles murdered his own wife and children, believing them enemies. When the madness lifted, the horror nearly broke him. He wandered to the oracle of Delphi, bloodied in soul, begging for atonement. The oracle decreed his punishment and redemption. He must serve King Eurystheus, a weak and cruel ruler, and complete 12 impossible labors. Hera smiled. The 12 labors. The Nemean lion. The lion's hide could not be pierced by any weapon. Heracles hunted it into the mountains, locked it in a cave, and strangled it with his arms. He wore its skin thereafter, proof that brute force, when guided by courage, could conquer the invincible. The Lernaean Hydra. A serpent with many heads, cut one off, and two more grew. With the help of his nephew Iolaus, Heracles burned the stumps after each strike, ending the beast and learning that even the strongest heroes sometimes need help. Beasts, birds, and monsters fell before him. The golden-horned hind, the monstrous boar, the man-eating birds, the filth-choked stables cleansed by turning rivers themselves. Each labor stripped away pride and replaced it with endurance. He crossed seas, faced warrior queens, and stole cattle guarded by giants. He learned diplomacy, patience, and the cost of violence. Then came the labors meant to kill him. Into death itself. The apples of the Hesperides. Golden fruit guarded by nymphs and a sleepless dragon. Heracles held up the sky itself while the Titan Atlas fetched the apples. For a moment, the weight of eternity crushed him, but he endured. Cerberus. The final labor dragged him into Hades. No weapons. No tricks. Only strength, resolve, and respect for death. Heracles wrestled Cerberus, the three-headed hound of the underworld, and returned alive, a man who had faced death and come back scarred but unbroken. The last trial. Freedom did not bring peace. Heracles' later life was filled with wars, betrayals, and grief. His final tragedy came when his wife Diana, tricked into believing she could secure his love, gave him a robe soaked in poisoned blood. When Heracles put it on, the pain was unbearable, flesh burning, bones screaming. Knowing he was dying, Heracles built his own funeral pyre. As the flames rose, thunder split the sky. Zeus descended and lifted his son from the fire. The mortal part of Heracles burned away, and the immortal rose, cleansed of suffering. Hera, at last, reconciled with him. God of strength and struggle. Heracles was welcomed to Olympus, where he became a god, not of perfection, but of endurance. He married Hebe, goddess of youth, and found the peace denied to him in life. His legend spread across the world, not because he was flawless, but because he fell, suffered, and kept going. Heracles proved that heroism is not about being untouched by pain, it is about carrying it, surviving it, and choosing to rise anyway. And that is why mortals still speak his name.
Thank you for watching. If you like this kind of video, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell to get notified whenever we post a new video.